Keeping your virtual team productive isn't harder than if they're in the office. You just must be intentional about these three things. I'm Adrian Kaler, Executive Coach to founders, entrepreneurs, and corporate execs, and welcome to Fearless Leadership. There are a few unique challenges that come from remote or virtual work. Out of sight, out of mind. Like if it's not right there in your face, you might even forget that it's there. Your people struggling in silence. They might have a lot more going on than they're bringing to the table, and if they're far away from you, you might not see it for a while. Slower or less convenient communication. It might take a couple extra steps than you usually have to take. Not being able to track activity by attendance, and maybe you're used to relying on if somebody's butt's in a seat, things must be okay. It's harder to check on the listing in the organization, like you might not be able to pick up all the nonverbal cues if you're standing around talking to people on a daily basis. You're used to intuitively picking up the buzz of the conversation in the office and see how things are going, and now that's all dispersed. So here are three specific things that are crucial to pay attention to if you want to lead your team effectively in the remote work setting. So number one, you need to be as intentional about checking in on the person as you are on checking on the project. So taking the moment to say, hey, how are you doing? Really, are you connecting with others? How's communication going? Any lags in communication? Any frustrations that you've not been able to voice? All those types of things, just checking on how they're doing, because they're going to be actually the container with which all the work gets done. When you're working in person with people, it's just easier to pick up on these nonverbal cues and how they're shut down or what they're holding back or how engaged they are in that. So this takes the extra step, but it's really worth it. So number two is focusing on results and celebrating all the big wins and the small wins with people. And it's also going to require you, because you are focused more on the results, you're also looser and more open-handed with the process. So like dance with them about what they need to do and how they need to do it in this new hybrid remote way in order to get the results, and celebrate that as well, because more invention is going to be happening with this new environment. So by open-handed, I mean is like being really flexible with the mechanism of how things get done. So you're actually going to let their individualism shine. How they want to do it is great. As long as they actually get the result done, you'll celebrate the whole process and celebrate the invention that's happening as it's going. Number three is the drop the nice guy racket. No longer can you afford to just act like things don't bother you, act like deadlines don't matter, because now it's dispersed and it's going to get worse faster this way than it was if they're sitting right next to you. So give up being the nice guy and helping people like you. Be really clear about the standard and also care about them at the same time. It's possible to do both. I decided to offer you a fourth idea that might make a big difference for you. So as you're doing these three things, which is like connect with the person as much as the project, be connected to results, and also drop the nice guy racket, what's going to be required then is for you to make clear requests, which is simply this. Whenever you've got a plan in place, be really specific about what are you going to get done by when. And that's going to illuminate how committed somebody is or how loose or how uncommitted they are. That's great. And then you actually know who you're dealing with. Don't let the separation separate you. So as your team has probably continued to be in flux, and maybe they're all remote still, maybe they're hybrid, maybe they're back in person, maybe there's lots of conversations around that. This is not harder. It just takes more intentionality. There's a conversation in culture right now and hiding behind how hard things are because, and I'm asking you to not buy into that, but just decide to get committed to make the most of this. It's going to take more creativity, going to take more determination, going to take more discipline on your side, and take a lot more intentionality, but I believe you can do it. Thanks so much for watching. If this has created value for you, please take a second and like it and subscribe it, maybe send it to a friend, and remember, your team is counting on you.